So this is a general video about watermarks, the tools that I use for watermarks. Until very recently, I only had a scanner, the EPSON V39 scanner. And so what I do with this scanner, I'm going to open it and show you, is that I have a black piece of plastic that I got from like a report cover or something. And so what I do, and I'm not going to show you by doing it because that's going to be a little tedious for me. I don't think I have the setup to do that. But if I had, say, this stamp, okay, and I wanted to find out the watermark for it, well, I can do it just by looking at it, okay, and yeah, in up to the sun. But also, if you take the stamp and you scan it like this, so that the back of the stamp is to the plate. So when it scans, it's going to scan the back of the stamp. And then you place this black cover on it. Then you're going to get a black surface, a black area around the stamp, but also under the stamp. It's really important that the stamp has everything black under it. And when the scanner goes through, it reflects the light, and then it gives you a very specific type of scan for your stamp. Then what I do is I go into into Photoshop Elements, and in Photoshop Elements, I take that image and I clip it to where the black area is near around the stamp. So it's just like you would see it in a lot on an auction catalog. Not too broad, not too narrow, because I think I need a little bit of the black. And then I apply the filter called Equalize, okay? And when you apply that, it'll pop out the watermark like really clearly. And also the important thing that's useful with this technique is that you get the grains of the paper, okay? Because the way paper is made, sometimes in the old days, they use rollers, and the rollers would leave a pattern on the back of the stamp. And that is notorious for the case of these Argentinian stamps, but I'm sure happens with other stamps because the papers that these stamps were printed on were from Europe. So you're going to find the same thing going on with British stamps, Dutch stamps, and other European stamps, I'm sure. I don't know this for a fact, but I'm betting that it is the case. So that's a technique that I've used for years. And I'm going to put in the link to the description, specific examples in my blog for this series where you can see what the final result is. But I'm just showing you the steps. Now, just yesterday, I received this wonderful device, which is, it's got a model name out of Amazon, and I'll put it in the description as well, okay? But it is a Lightbox that people use for drawing, okay? And so what they do is and this is just a little information thing that comes with it. It's got a brand name in front of the description that is not here, and I'll dig it out of Amazon. And I'm going to turn it on. It's connected. It's connected to a laptop through USB. So when you turn it on, okay, and I'm going to zoom in. Now notice, I'm going to just letting you know, this is actually the first time that I do this. So there's going to be some testing involved. So of course, when you put in the stamp, you can actually see the watermark. Okay, you can see it, and I'm going to zoom in a lot. Okay, now the beauty of this device is that you can increase the intensity of the light. Okay, so I think we're doing that there, and I think you can begin to see the watermark. Okay, there we go. So that's pretty intense. And now I found during my initial testing yesterday that if I take the stamps out of their mount, okay, and I just place it on the surface, it's going to be bright. I hope it doesn't bother you. Okay, then you can see the watermark more clearly, I guess. But interestingly enough, I found that also when you put it on top of a sheet of paper, it's just as clear because it looks like the paper diffuses the light in a horizontal direction, in a direction along the plate, so the light diffuses to the right, and then you can see more. So actually, I think when I start playing around with this device, which it's already very successful because I can clearly see the watermark, it looks like I can do better with a sheet of paper sometimes than without it. See? So if I put the sheet of paper under it, I think actually the paper helps, for some reason, provide a little more texture so you can see the watermark. Okay, now I'm gonna do a bunch of testing, and then out of that, and I'm not sure how much of that I'm gonna do in front of a camera because I don't want to waste people's time. But this device is already showing me that I can live show the various watermarks for the Argentina issue. Also, of course, what I'm also just noticing is that because when it is put on mounts, the mounts also serve to, in the case of mint stamps, to kind of flatten the stamp. That is also true. So yeah, so I'm going to do a bunch of testing. I'm also planning to do maybe turning off other lights. Let's see what that looks like. Turning off all the lights that I'm using. Yeah, actually, that seems to work even better. Right, yeah, that looks really good. Anyways, so I'm going to put links in the description, but this just gives you an idea of the now two used to be only one technique that I use for watermarks, and I hope you can use these techniques on your stamps of any country in the world.